Hello. Hello. Hi, Sunil.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all. Good to see you, Darius Marshall.
Thank you. Thank you.
Darius Marshall. Good to see you.
Sunil sir, good evening.
Ravi Shankar.
Yes, sir.
Ian Rajshekhar. Where are you
Hi
from?
everybody.
I'm 3150, sir. I'm
3150.
International. I'm BPM.
Good to welcome PDG Herzog from Switzerland.
Hi everybody.
We have a DG from South Africa. Hello DG, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm DG Medi Weber and I'm from South Africa and Lesotho. Pleased to
Welcome.
be here.
DG and Kano, where are you from?
Hi, good evening. I'm from Philippines.
Philippines.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Namaskaram.
Thank you. Good evening.
We have PDG Mary.
Evening.
Mary, where are you from? Why don't you introduce yourself? Hello, Mary. DG and Noli Gracia.
Hi, good evening. I'm from the Philippines also.
Philippines.
Yes.
Hi, I'm from the
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Tony Sharma. Hello, Tony.
Hello, I'm from South Africa. Hi, everyone.
Fiona from South Africa, and Tony from England.
Ji Sunil ji, namaskar. Good evening.
Namaskar, Tony.
Good evening, PDG Sunil.
Hello, Jal.
Yes,
is
how
from
are you?
Philippines. Jal, of course, is the chairman of the next meeting next month. Spotlight will go to Philippines next month.
Yes, hopefully, PDG.
Welcome DGN Pubudu from Sri Lanka. He's on our panel today. Welcome PDG Anshuman from.
Are you going in?
Yes, good evening to all. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome PDG Shyamashri Sen from Kolkata. She is a panelist today. Welcome Shyamashri.
Good evening, PDG Zakaria.
Hello.
Warmly welcome from Austria. Hello, friends.
Walter from Australia. That's wonderful.
Austria, not Australia.
Austria. Oh.
Austria, next to Germany and Switzerland.
Hallo, Walter. I'm from Switzerland. Urs, herzlich.
Hallo Urs, freut mich, dich zu sehen. Grüß dich.
Ah, wunderbar.
Today we are expecting a global audience.
Hello, good evening. I'm from Mowakai from Rotary Club of Dhaka Mavericks. Good evening.
Dhaka Maverick.
Yeah.
They were the host last time.
Hello, I'm Ashok Shrestha from Rotary Club Dhulikhel, Nepal. I'm just driving and just listening.
Hello, Ashok from Nepal.
Yes, I'm from Nepal and I'm driving now.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I am past President George Azar from Rotary Club of Alay in Lebanon, District 2452.
Lebanon, wonderful.
Jennifer has joined.
I'd like to welcome formally, informally, the keynote speaker, Jennifer Jones has just joined us. Welcome, Jennifer. Thank you for joining early. We're grateful to you.
Thank you, Sunil. It's a joy to be here this morning.
The honor is ours.
Good afternoon,
evening.
Jennifer.
Good
This is
morning.
George Azar from Lebanon.
Hey, George, how are you?
We miss you here. We miss you here. Everybody in Lebanon gives you their regards.
Please pass along all of my greetings too. I wish that I could see you all in person.
I will. God bless you.
Thank you, George. Hey, Meanne, how are you?
Hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you virtually.
Nice to
Good
see
morning.
you too.
Good morning, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Hello, Jennifer. Hope to see you in Basel for your district for the GETS and Institute in Basel.
And congratulations on being the convener.
Okay, that's great. No, I'm not the convener. It's another art.
The chair. Yes, the chair. I'm looking forward to working with you on it. Actually, we'll have to have a conversation this week. I have an idea I want to share with you.
Okay, please. I'm always free for you.
Perfect. We'll make a plan after.
Okay, thank you.
Earth does everything so very meticulously. So we can all be very sure that something which he sets will go very well.
Hi, Jennifer. This is Shyamashri.
Hey, sister, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. How are things in Kolkata?
Good. Much better now.
Good. Good.
Good evening, Jennifer. I'm DG and Rajshekar Reddy, 3150.
Very nice to see you. How are you? And see you again, I should say.
Yeah, definitely.
Jennifer, this is
magnificent
Walter from Austria. Hello.
Ah, lovely. Nice to see you, Walter.
Good evening, Jennifer. I am Rotarian Rashmi from RID 3190, Bengaluru.
Very nice to see you, Rashmi.
Namaste. And I'm the Director for Women in Rotary.
Wonderful. I know I've seen your name on my email.
Yes, thank you.
Rashmi has added almost 1,000 lady members in that.
Woo!
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Now
you.
can you hear me?
You go, girl.
Great.
We have 2 all-women clubs also in our district. One is a E-club, one is a traditional club.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. It's all just a motivation from everyone.
Welcome DGN Dr. Krishna Kumar from Malaysia.
Thank you, PDG Sunil. Good evening, P and Jennifer Jones. I'll be your DG in 22-23 from District
Yes,
3300.
Nice to see you.
Glad to see you here.
Good evening, Jennifer ma'am. I am Jose Chaco, 3201. I am serving as a current DG 3201.
I recognize you, Jose. How are you?
Fine. Yeah, fine. Thank you, ma'am. Remember, you joined us a few months back.
Yes.
Yeah, good to see you again back in our District 320.
You too. Be well.
Thank you.
Morning, Jennifer. This is past President Gopinath from the Rotary Club of Madras.
Yes.
We are looking
I'll be
forward
visiting
to
your area tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes. We're looking forward to having you with us tomorrow.
Good evening, Jennifer. This is Ataur Manpir, IPDG from District 382, Bangladesh.
Ah, very nice. Very nice. How are you?
And for her, thank you. Fine, I am fine. And for your information, our governor during your time is a lady governor.
Ah, very good. Very good. Are you also friends with Ishtiaq Zaman?
Yeah.
Please
I
tell
was
him I
the
said
governor
hello.
last year. Last year I was the governor. But our district Zaman is 3281. And our district is 3282. Nice to see you.
You too. Thank you for your leadership.
Good evening, everybody. This is Rotarian Jyoti Ramalingam, one of the prestigious partner clubs of the Synergy Rotary Alliance. Great having all of you here.
Jyoti comes from a club called Rotary Club of Udumalpet Central.
Absolutely.
Very nice to see you.
Welcome, Walter. PDG Walter.
Walter,
Hello,
I can't
President
tell if
Jennifer. Hi, President Jennifer. I hope you remember you came to Sri Lanka. This is whether you came to Sri Lanka in 2014 as our trainer.
Yes, how are you?
So honored to be serving under you as the governor in Sri Lanka and Maldives.
I am very excited. So you're second female governor, correct?
Third one. Next year also.
Third.
Yeah,
Wow.
Arun
Right, that's
Chandrasekhar is-
right.
Yes, but I was Gauri's coordinator when you
Hi,
were there with
Jennifer.
me.
I remember.
Yeah, we had beach dances and all, yeah.
Well, good to see you again.
Thank you, President. Thank you so much.
Hi, President-elect Jennifer.
Hello there. How are you?
Very fine, thank you.
Good.
President-elect Jennifer, my name is Mohan Das. I'm from the Rotary Club of Singapore, past president.
Lovely. We're scheduled to come and visit you in the fall for the institute there. Let's hope we can all travel then.
Yes, you were. You were there. Yes. You were there in the summer too, right?
I'm not sure. I do know that there's a plan for the fall. So hopefully
One plan in the fall. Yes. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you.
So Walter, I have a question for you. Is that a graphic over your shoulder, or is that something behind you? Actually, it's beautiful.
No, that's a graphic. You're right.
It looks good.
The other side is my countryside. This is this one.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. It's
Very
a very
nice.
nice place in Upper Austria with a lake and mountains and quite a nice place to live.
Nice.
And Holger Clark did visit me in October personally for a weekend. And
I remember.
We spent good days over there.
I know it's one of the few trips he's been able to make.
Yes, you're right.
Good evening, Jennifer. This is Assistant Governor Sarathi from RID 3150. I'm also happens to be the World Chairman for International Fellowship of Cricket Loving Rotarians.
Very good to see you.
And also the convener for the Friendship Exchange, International Friendship Exchange. Nice meeting you.
You as well.
Hello, Jennifer. This is Rafiqul Islam from District 3281, Bangladesh. I am taking care of the district publication for the last 3 years, in fact, and Governor's Monthly Letter. Nice seeing you in this meeting.
It's nice to see you too. That's a lot of work, isn't it?
Thank you.
Hi, President Jones.
Hello.
From Rotary Milano Digital.
Hello.
Actually,
Nice to see you.
Cinque Terre, Liguria Sea, very nice place. I am Chief of District International Service of my district 2001 in Milan, Italy.
Very nice to see you.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Shilpa. Welcome. Hi,
Hello
ma'am.
there.
I'm Shilpa from Belgaum, E-Rotary Club, 3170.
Very nice to see you, Shilpa.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, Jennifer. My name is Wanda from District 3420, Indonesia. We in Bali.
Hi, Wanda. How are you?
Good, thank you. We've been very busy, but fortunately, even during the COVID, we still can manage the contribution to the RF. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Good evening, madam. This is Rotarian Ullashul Ravindran, Secretary, Rotary Club Patambi, 3201 district.
How are you?
Fine, madam. Fine.
Good. Nice to see
Hi,
you.
I'm Rotarian Amalan Ashok, Rotary International District 3212 from Rotary Club of Devakotai. Hi, Jen.
Good evening, Jennifer ma'am. Myself, Jyoti Pundapata, RI President Nominee, District 3170.
I'm going to turn my microphone off because I think that you're probably going to start soon. So look forward to chatting with all of you in a few minutes.
No, I'm keeping me.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Good evening, Jennifer.
Sound check.
This is Meenakshi from Bangalore. Wonderful to see you there and wonderful to have you as a leader in the coming years. We truly look forward to your taking up projects with our women-centric. And of course, me as a proponent of sustainable menstruation is looking forward to your taking it up on a worldwide mission where we produce less garbage and more comfort for women with sustainable products.
Well, you've been doing an exceptional job. I've been reading about it. So thank you. Thank you for your leadership on that.
Thank you. But truly, you are the one who will be able to spread this message to all your DGs and, inspire them to take it up. Like polio was taken up, we want this to be taken up on a war footing.
I look forward to talking with you.
Thank you.
Hello, Jennifer. Myself, Nagjuti Bollapragada from RC Vishrambag Sangli, District 3170.
Jennifer. Hi. How are you? It's nice to see you. So proud of you.
Namaskar, Dijengar.
We are in a studio in Cochin, and there is a small technical snag which we hope to resolve in 3 to 5 minutes time. Our sincere apologies to all of you. The microphone in this studio is misbehaving.
Well, Sunil, that means we just get to chit chat a little bit longer. So that's okay.
Yeah. Good evening, Jennifer. This is Momo Khair from Dhaka. I'm a chartered member of Rotary Club of Dhaka Mavericks.
Very nice to see you.
Okay, nice to see you. You should visit Dhaka.
I hope so. I hope so.
Hi, Jensen. Hi, Jennifer. This is Ziauddin, past president, Rotary Club of Dhaka Fort, District 3281.
Nice to see you again.
Testing.
First of all, Jennifer,
Hello. Testing.
Good evening. Good evening, President John Jacob.
Jennifer. John Jennifer.
Good evening, DG Pubidu, and of course, Jennifer. This is PDG Rajkumar from District 3201.
Nice to see you.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi. Hello.
Good evening, Raj. Hi,
Hello,
good evening. Good evening, Ravi.
Yes, sir. Good evening. This is Ziauddin, ABM Ziauddin, Rotary Club of Dhaka Fort, under District 3281.
Good evening. This is Pradeep Vaidya, RI District 3292, past president of Rotary Club of Patton.
Good evening, PDG Darius.
Hello. Good evening, Raj.
Yes,
Hello.
good evening.
Raghu.
Hi, Raghu.
Hi.
Hi, good evening to everyone. I'm Nikki Murugesu, the president of the Rotary Club of Colombo. I'm happy to be. Hi. Sorry.
Nice to see you.
Same here, President.
Hello. Everything in Colombo is okay?
Yes, everything is fine, President Nominee Jennifer. And I'm so happy that our club member, Pubudu, is going to be the governor under your presidentship.
Me too.
Good evening, President Niti.
Hi, good evening to you.
PDG Rajkumar here.
Yes, hi, PDG Rajkumar.
I regularly attend your meetings.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a great encouragement to all of us. Thank
Jennifer, I'm Durga Sali from Nasik, Maharashtra, India, RI District 3030. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, this is Ziauddin, ABM Ziauddin, Rotary Club of Dhaka Fort, RI District 3281.
Hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening and namaste. I am
Hello, good morning. I am past President S. Abdul Hadi from Khulna North, Bangladesh.
Hello, I am PD.
Hello, PDG Tissa. PDG Tissa, you had muted yourself whilst talking. You might unmute and speak again. PDG.
It gets muted on.
Well, we are good evening you all. We are all set the glitch that we had well and truly on our way. Namaste
namaskaram, good evening, and hello to one and all. Myself, Rotarian Dr. G. N. Ramesh, your anchor for the evening, and I'm indeed very happy and excited to be with you this evening. A warm welcome to each one of you from the 11 partner countries of the Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance, and to many of the others from the different parts of the world who have logged in to this wonderful, exciting meeting. The numbers 11, 12, and 13 seem to be very appropriate to describe this alliance. 11 countries, 12 districts, and 13 partnering clubs from South and Southeast Asia. The aims of which we all know is to foster strong friendship among clubs across the nations, to organize joint meetings on a scale which would be probably larger than any club or country could organize, and do it with a purpose, the exciting prospect of an international exchange program or a global grant later on. Thus, well and truly harness. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear Rotarians, welcome you once again to this, the first meeting of this year. A few housekeeping announcements. May I request each one of you to please put the appropriate label below your picture. Ensure that you also put in the Rotary positions and designations, but it helps our technical team. We are coming to you live from Cochin, Kerala, South India. We are also live on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, we shall take the liberty of muting you all and unmuting only those who would be speaking. So we start off this meeting with a very short formality, and may I request the president of the host club to please call this meeting to order. The president, Rotarian Captain Sharath Menon, of the president of Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour, we now call the meeting to order.
Good evening, all. This meeting of the Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance, hosted by the Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour, is called to order.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The internationality of Rotary was a term that I used a little while ago. And what greater testimony to this very characteristic of our great organization than the fact that we have on this forum friends from Sri Lanka, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, Singapore, Malaysia, Afghanistan, Nepal, Philippines, Indonesia, Bhutan, and India. And to invoke the blessings of the Almighty on this meeting in a true. May I request Rotarian John Jacob, who is the president-elect of this wonderful club, to please render the invocation and the four-way test. Over to you, Rotarian John Jacob.
Okay, thank you. We pray, Almighty God, that you bless this assembly with good acquaintance and fellowship. Guide each one of us to prove useful to the community and country in which we live. Advance national and international understanding, goodwill, and peace through the Rotary ideal of service above self. The four-way test of things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it bring goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotarian John Jacob. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Rotarian John Jacob, the president-elect of this wonderful host club. The host club, Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour, is one of the senior-most clubs in District 3201. This club was formed on the 4th of March 1985 with the motto, Sailing to Serve. And this club has had an illustrious history and journey since then, with a dynamism of membership that is quite unmatched. Their strong points are community outreach and service, and also a focus on the rich culture of not only Kerala, but the whole country of India as well. The club has as its president this year a true captain who is leading this club from front, Rotarian Captain Sharath Menon. And it's now my proud privilege to invite the president of this club to propose the welcome address. Over to you, Sharath Menon.
Thank you, Dr. GN. Keynote speaker for the evening, Rotary International President Nominee, Jennifer E. Jones, District Governor, Jose Chaco, Past District Governor Herzog, Past District Governor Shamasri Sen, District Governor-elect Pubudu D. Zoiza, Past District Governor Sunil K. Zakaria, Assistant Governor Blaise K. Jose, Secretary Rotarian Tony Manuel, distinguished Rotarians in the audience, my fellow Rotarians, Rotractors, Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening to you all. Wish everybody a very happy New Year 2021. The COVID pandemic has had a devastating effect all around the world, but as the saying goes, behind every dark cloud, there is a silver lining. And so we managed to form a very energetic virtual group of Rotarians from many countries and clubs under the mentorship of past District Governor Sunil K. Zakaria, and named this group the Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance. Now that the vaccine is getting delivered to many countries, we can only hope and pray that life will get back to normal for all of us soon. Then this group can further venture into having physical get-togethers to promote Rotary in a more effective manner all over the world. There are around 40 Rotary clubs in Cochin. In addition to Rotaract and Interact clubs, Rotary is very active in Kochi and in Kerala. Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour was formed in 1985 and presently has 54 Rotarians, out of which 5 are lady Rotarians. Our club has very dedicated and committed Rotarians who have completed various big projects in and around Kochi through the years. We have formed 3 Interact clubs under our sponsorship and encourage them to do good work for society. Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour has carried out 16 mega projects with the aid of global grant projects worth over $500,000 US since the year 2000, other than projects done with our club funding within District 3201. Recently, we handed over 8 completed houses to deserving people affected by the floods in the Paravur area worth $60,000 US through a global grant. Presently, we are in the process of completing one of our prestigious global grant projects, Ripples, which is to provide clean sanitation facilities and rainwater harvesting facilities at 4 schools in and around Kochi, worth $60,000 US. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for us at the Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour to host the Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance meeting this evening, and to have Rotary International President Nominee Jennifer E. Jones as the keynote speaker, along with a galaxy of other eminent Rotary speakers. A warm welcome to all the participants. Truly overwhelmed by the response. Hope that all of you enjoy the proceedings tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. That was well and truly a very humble overview of the host club, Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour. Our district, District 3201, which is located in the south of India, is actually spread across two southernmost states of India, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. With close to 150 clubs and a staggering 6,000 members, our leader, our district governor, Rotarian Jose Chaco, faces the daunting task of splitting his time between the two states and also his hometown, which is Perumbavoor. We're lucky to have our district governor in his hometown today, and he's going to join us online from his hometown, Perumbavoor, to give his opening remarks on this, the first meeting of the Alliance this year. Over to you, Mr. Governor, for your opening remarks.
Rotarians, aunts, and guests. Extremely happy to join the program, Future of Rotary, organized by Synergy Friendship Alliance of 30 Rotary clubs from 12 districts, representing 11 countries in South India and South Asia. It's a great honor that our Rotary International President Nominee, Jennifer Jones, is addressing the program. On behalf of Host District 3201, I extend an affectionate welcome to our beloved Rotary International President Nominee Jennifer in this program. We are all eagerly looking forward to hear more about the subject, Future of Rotary. Friends, Synergy, an unique event conceived by past District Governor Sunil Kesakriya from our own district 3201. What an idea. Rotary connecting the world to give Rotarians around the world unlimited opportunities to foster strong friendship among the club across the nations. I understand that the Synergy Alliance gives opportunity for Rotarians to organize joint meetings on a scale that a single club or a district or a country cannot do. An unique platform which gives opportunities to progress later to international exchange programs and global grants. Synergy stands as a true testimony of the internationality of Rotary. Hats off to past District Governor Sunil Kesakriya for this wonderful idea, who stands as a strong pillar behind the success of Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance. Past District Governor Sunil Kesakriya is an exemplary Rotarian who is a cheerleader, storyteller, a master of public relations and communication. Since last 21 years, PDG Sunil has been instrumental in editing an electronic news flash on Rotary called E-Flash Rotary, which has more than 50,000 members from more than 100 countries. And synergy is another feather on the cap of past District Governor Sunil K. Zakaria. Congratulations and round of applause to our own PDG, Sunil K. Zakaria. As rightly said by MC Dr. G. N. Ramesh, our District 3201 has 147 clubs spread across 2 states of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. We have around 5,600 members, and we do mainly projects related to cancer care, pediatric heart surgery, dialysis projects, safe limbs of diabetic patients, low-cost shelter projects, safe drinking water projects, youth-related projects, environmental projects, and projects related to old age homes, etc. With respect to the current topic, Future of Rotary, as rightly said by President of Rotary International 2009-10, John Kenny, future of Rotary lies in our own hands. We need to take bold steps to strengthen our own organization, Rotary. We need to take our organization in the right direction for a bright future. I strongly feel that the future lies in choosing the right persons as members in our own organization, Rotary. Friends, no doubt, youth can contribute a lot in building a strong foundation for our organization. And in order to build a strong future for Rotary, we need to bring in more young professionals into Rotary who are more passionate in serving the humanity. We need to have a strong partnership with Rotaractors who are our future members. And I believe strongly that young men and women can bring new energy and ideas to our organization, Rotary. Friends, we need to change our strategies to attract more youngsters so that we can have diverse membership patterns. We need to share the success stories of Rotary with our youngsters, and we need to encourage youngsters in the leadership position as well. Friends, I know that you are all eagerly waiting to hear more from our Rotary world leader, Jennifer Jones. I would like to congratulate once again the organizers, Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour and past District Governor Sunil K. Zakaria. I wish all success to this program. Wish you all a happy new year and a prosperous new year. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Governor. Your emphasis on enhancing or increasing the membership is very, very appropriate, and we all know the efforts that you're taking to enhance the membership in our district. Thank you very much, Mr. Governor, for having opted to spend this evening with us from Perumbavoor, your hometown. Well, to many of you, and I say many of you because I see a lot of faces from a lot of countries. To many of you who have not come over to this part of the world, let me tell you that a tour or a visit to the state of Kerala is a must if you're preparing a bucket list of places that you would like to visit. We call our land God's own country. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is not without reason. Please watch this visual treat, a glimpse into our heritage and our culture and the way we live. Please stand by for a very short video glimpse into Kerala and its rich culture and heritage. Over to the studio. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Kerala for you. And if you have not made up your mind, this is the time, just let us know and we will do the needful. Moving on next to, the next has to be the best, our keynote speaker, Rotary International President-elect Jennifer Jones. To introduce our guest, may I now request District Governor-elect Rotarian Pubudu Di Zoisa from RI District 3220 Sri Lanka to introduce our guest speaker. Over to you, Rotarian Di Zoisa.
Thank you very much, past District Governor Sunil. Small correction, my position goes as District Governor Nominee for 3220 Sri Lanka and Maldives. My dear friends in Rotary and friends of Rotary, at the outset, let me thank members of this great synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance, very especially to past District Governor Sunil Sakaria, and also the host club president. You know, it happens to be our sister club. Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour is our sister club, Rotary Club of Colombo. Thank you everyone giving me this exciting opportunity. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce a versatile personality, a very kind-hearted person who excels in interacting with all Rotarians with respect and friendship, and who will be our world leader, the first woman president of Rotary International during the years 22-23. Friends, Jennifer is the president of Media Street Production, which is an award-winning media production company in Windsor, Canada. Media Street is proud to have recognition as a caring corporate citizen and was named Company of the Year by the Windsor District Chamber of Commerce. Some brief details of Jennifer, her Rotary journey. Jennifer is a member of Rotary since 1997. She was a past district governor, Rotary International Director, Vice President of Rotary International, and a trustee of the Rotary Foundation. She also has been a moderator at the International Assembly, the key training event of district governors. Working alongside political figures, celebrities, and global leaders, Jennifer uses her voice to raise awareness and raise hundreds of millions of dollars to eradicate diseases, support peace efforts, and provide clean drinking water and sanitation in developing areas of the world. My dear friends, our President nominee Jennifer recently spearheaded the successful Rotary Response Telethon, which raised critical funds for COVID-19 relief and
Hello.
Can you hear me, Papa?
Yes.
I just proceed on that. My dear friends, I just repeat, our President nominee Jennifer recently spearheaded the successful Rotary Response Telethon, which raised critical funds for our COVID-19 relief and was seen by more than 65,000 viewers. As the co-chair of the End Polio Now Make History Today campaign, President nominee Jennifer is a leader in cultivating experiential fundraising opportunities, such as Rotary's Polio Golf Day, with the former world champion golfer Jack Nicklaus. We even raised almost $5.25 million for eradication, polio eradication in one single day. From speaking in Canada's capital, Ottawa, exchanging ideas with the CEOs, or talking with the school children, her skills as a professional communicator and expert storyteller motivates others to take action. Jennifer's message of hope and inspiration has taken her to over 6 continents and has influenced people in all of them. President nominee Jennifer is the past chair of the Board of Governors at the University of Windsor and the past chair of Board of Directors at the Windsor-Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce. She also has been recognized with many awards and recognition, including Rotary's Best Award called Service Above Sales Award, the Citation for Meritorious Service, the YMCA Peace Medallion, the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal, and the Wayne State University's Peacemaker of the Year Award. This, incidentally, is a first for a Canadian. Our President Jennifer is happily married to Nick, and he is a local family physician. They share a love for many things, including hiking, travel, cycling, golf, and also relaxing at their family cottage. They share a thirst of adventure, and both of them actually climbed to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Africa, in January 2009. My friends, I was told by my own club member, past Rotary International President, Trustee Chair, that on whose board Jennifer had served as a director and again as a trustee of the Rotary Foundation under his chairmanship, that Jennifer speaks very little. But when she leans forward to speak, everyone listens because she speaks so much sense and she is so insightful in her thoughts. Ravi has a huge respect over Jennifer. Our President nominee Jennifer and her husband Nick are both AK's members of our foundation. As a globally recognized communicator, I'm 100% certain that President nominee Jennifer will open direct dialogues with the family of Rotary through our social channels to enlighten the awareness of our most pressing issues like polio eradication, supporting the environment, elevating the youth, the Rotaract, and growing Rotary. She is one who believes that diversity, equity, and inclusion begins at the top, and for Rotary to realize the growth in female membership and members under the age of 40, that each areas of importance of Rotary's way forward. My dear friends in Rotary, I have met Jennifer in 2014 when she was our trainer for the PETS President-elect Training Seminar in Sri Lanka. However, I'm so excited and honored that I will serve as a district governor for Rotary District 3220 Sri Lanka and Maldives when she is going to be our president in 22-23, because I know Jennifer will definitely champion the double-digit growth in both categories while never losing sight of our entire family. And I know she will get the best out of each of us. My dear friends, please welcome from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, our Rotary International President for the years 2022-23, Jennifer Jones.
Thank you so much. What an incredible introduction. And I am so excited that we are going to be able to serve together. And what a joy to be able to know that I can be sitting here in Canada, you can be sitting there in Sri Lanka, and we have such an incredible bond, even though there's thousands of miles between us. Good day to all of you. I'll say that because I think it encapsulates good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And I know for the bulk of you, this is evening. And so I hope that you've enjoyed a lovely day. I'm going to say that many of the people and the dignitaries on this call, and quite honestly, everyone on the call is a dignitary. But I do want to point out that I was scrolling through and looking on, and I do see that past Rotary International Director Rafi Garcia is on the call. And so I want to say a hello to him. And I know that we also have attendees from all over the world. I see one of the past district governors from my home district, Neil Macbeth, who is on the call today. He's actually probably only 30 or 40, well, maybe 20 miles away from where I'm sitting right now. So it is a joy to be able to see all of you. And let me say that all protocols observed. It is the Synergy Friendship Alliance, and it's already been pointed out that Sunil created and has fostered and facilitated across the 11 different countries that are on this call. And I know that, as I said, there are more countries than the Alliance already has members on this call. But this, when we talk about the future of Rotary, the nature of this talk today, this, what you are creating, this is the future. The kind of technological leap that we have made over the past 9-10 months to being able to assemble as a group like this and to be able to share the kind of experiences that we're having in our own countries, to be together in shared experience right now at a time when the world needs that the most. I do believe that this is the future. All of you were able to jump very quickly into virtual platforms and to become a global community. Rotary's global passport has never been more relevant. And I like to think that, you know, we've all understood that Rotary opens opportunities, as President Holger has challenged us and put forward as our theme for the year. And it's never been more relevant as it is today. The opportunities for us to be able to connect, to remove borders and boundaries, as Rotary has done for decades and decades, but to put that stamp on our global passport as we are able to traverse the world through calls like this. And you know, I've been with many of you on many calls before the new year. And when we were just sort of assembling at the beginning of this, talking with friends and being able to say hi to new friends that I have made, even while we've been in lockdown. Isn't that incredible to think that, you know, even though we haven't been together in person, and man, I am so looking forward to the day we can all be together in person, but to have made new friends during this time, it really does show us that Rotary's future is incredibly bright. And so I do want to say a special thank you to Sunil for and all of the leaders who have put this together, this Synergy Alliance of Friendship. It means the world. It really does mean the world. And when we come out of this, and we will, this needs to remain, because the kind of synergy that you are going to establish, that you are going to continue to establish in the weeks and months to come, because we do have some months ahead of us before normal, or whatever new normal looks like. There are a few months ahead of us. But out of this, the kind of things that can be born from these relationships, from breaking down the barriers, understanding that creating world peace through understanding happens through dialogue like this. When we realize that, you know what, we may all live in different parts of the world, but you know where we're the same? Right here, right here. And the paycheck that we get by being Rotarians, that's the one that pays us right here in our hearts, knowing that we are connected and that we are able to do good in the world. Now, I know that one of the things that we're going to do today is that we're going to go to questions and answers. And for any of you who know me well, you know that that's the part that excites me the most, because I want to hear from you. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your thoughts. And I'd love to be able to be in dialogue as opposed to simply talking to all of you. But I'll share a couple of remarks, and then I'd love to be able to switch quickly. And I believe my good friend Shaima Shri is going to lead us through some questions and answers. So I'll turn to her in just a few moments. So as I mentioned, the future of Rotary right here in front of us, each one of you who has made it a priority to stay engaged, to be on calls like this, to understand that we are connected now in very, very profound ways. I salute you. I thank you. One of the greatest challenges that I know for all of us right now with regard to membership is ensuring that we look around our own clubs, our own districts, to make sure that others are also having this gift, to invite them along to these meetings that we have, whether it's with our own clubs or these group meetings like this, to make sure that we're not leaving folks behind, that they feel cared for, that they feel nurtured. Our souls all feel the need right now to be nurtured because we've all been in quiet lockdown, but not so much when we get together like this and we can share in our own life experience and know that we are collectively traveling and traversing this challenging time, all of us together. But right now, we do see hope. We see on the horizon line, we see hope. And it's out there, it's dangling in front of us. And vaccines are here. You know, think even 6 months ago when we were all hearing that vaccines would come and you know, the history that this has been for them to be able to be manufactured and into the hands of people in less than a year. The way that that has happened is quite magical. And until those vaccines reach all of us, we clearly can't open up to travel as we know it. And that's why being able to see the video of Kerala was such a treat, because it made me itch to be able to travel again, to see different parts of the world. And certainly that is one of the most beautiful parts. I definitely have it on my bucket list. I've had it on my bucket list for quite some time. The whole notion of the river boats and all of the beauty in that part of the world is quite exquisite. But today, we, as I said, we have this opportunity to be able to gather and to think about our members. And that is probably the most important thing for the future of our organization that we can do right now, is to make sure that we're checking in on our members. When we invite someone into our Rotary clubs, one of the most important things that we can do is ask them what they want out of that experience, and then deliver on that experience. That's a really important thing. We've spent a lot of time asking people who join and perhaps leave why they leave, instead of focusing our attention on why they want to be a part of Rotary. I think the answer is quite easy. The research tells us why people join and why people stay. They join for friendship and they join for service. We all want to get our hands into something. We all want to make a difference in our world. Our vision statement tells us that we join together people to create lasting change, people of action to create lasting change across our globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. I think that in ourselves part, the lasting change within ourselves part is to me, perhaps the most important part of that vision statement, because it talks about the way that we as leaders come into our organization and we increase our leadership capacity and the personal growth opportunity that each and every one of us has. And isn't that the gift that we can offer to others, to join us in service, to join us in friendship and fellowship, but also to join us in making a difference in the world, but making a difference within ourselves. I know that each one of us can reflect upon the personal growth that we have all gone through by virtue of our membership in Rotary. Isn't that a gift that we need to give to others? One of the other things in checking in with our members that I think is critically important right now, for their well-being, for our well-being, but for the well-being of our organization, is to check in on them to see how they're doing with their mental health. I think right now that there are so many stories and so many instances of people who are struggling, whether it is with losing money, losing their jobs, struggling with food insecurity, different things that are going on. And it's happening to more people than we perhaps think. But it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we're touching base and seeing how people are doing with their mental health, to make sure that we're including them and making sure that isolation is not something that is too prevalent, and that we speak with that hope, so that people understand that even in the darkest hours right now, that there is hope on the horizon. Before the holidays came, I know that, reading about people who had cases of COVID, I don't know that aside from some Rotarians that I had met, I hadn't been directly impacted. And well, that's not true. I had been directly impacted because my husband, who, as you heard in the introduction, is a physician, he is the medical director of a seniors residence, and many of the residents there had succumbed to COVID. And so, yes, it was very personal. But in my direct circle of friends, it hadn't penetrated at that point. But over the past couple of weeks, it has. And I suspect that probably every one of us who is on this call knows someone who has either contracted COVID and survived, or perhaps who hasn't. If you have lost someone in your friendship circle or your family, my heartfelt condolences to you. It is indiscriminate, this virus, in how it selects and how it targets. And well, thank goodness we have this vaccine on the horizon. We have a lot of bright things on our horizon. The environment is going to be formally launched as a new area of focus on July 1. We have a new focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion in our organization. Rotaract is a new membership type, and one that is absolutely brilliant. And our Rotaract movement is gaining momentum. And as we look at how we keep our organization vibrant and bright, we know that Rotaractors are definitely a very big part of what our future holds. And so I want to make sure that we have a few minutes. I'm watching the clock to be able to do some questions and answers. So let me conclude those remarks and turn this over to Shaima Sri so that she can go through the questions that you're asking. I'd really love to be able to have some dialogue with all of you. So Shaima Sri, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much.
Now, I can't see you, but I just heard you. Are you there?
There's somebody else on the screen who is probably saying something, which I cannot.
Oh, we can't hear him.
Oh,
there.
I think you can see me now.
Yes, I can see you, but we can't hear him.
Okay. He was inaudible.
I will say, as you're trying to fix his microphone, that's a pretty cool looking stage, isn't it?
Yes. That's the studio.
Looks great.
Cannot hear. Not audible.
Yeah, I know that some of the technical difficulties with the studio. I'm not sure. Oh.
He's changing the microphone.
I hope we are in order now.
We've got you.
So we now quickly move on to the Q&A session, and this Q&A session will be moderated by past District Governor Shyamshree Sen from RI District 3291, also very affectionately known as the Indian sister of Jennifer Jones. So let's listen to the two sisters speak. Over to you, Shyamshree Sen.
Thank you so much. The first question was sent to me by PDG Professor Chandrasekhar, and his question to you, Jennifer, is how can we promote membership of women and youth into Rotary?
That's a wonderful question. And one of the things that I think, and I've spoken quite a bit about this, certainly in terms of leadership within our organization, that we have been for the past better part of a decade. We have been trying to attract more women and younger members under the age of 40 into our organization. We've made it a priority. It's been something that we've talked about. But quite candidly, the needle has moved in a very negligible fashion in both categories during that time. I do believe that for women and for members under the age of 40 who are looking for a leadership experience, that they need to see themselves authentically reflected in that. And so I do believe and hope that with diversity now being showcased at the highest levels of our organization, that having a female president is something that will hopefully inspire many younger members, both male and female, and women members to also challenge themselves to take on leadership positions, because that will be an inspiration for others in their own communities, whether it's as a district governor, as a club president. That will be the inspiration, I believe, for many people to look forward and say, if he can do it, if she can do it, so can I. And so I do believe that by showcasing the best practices of inclusion in our organization, this will foster growth.
A pretty similar question has come from past DRR and also the charter president of a Rotary Club, S. Jyoti Ramalingam from District 3202. He says, we know that glass ceilings exist even at the club level. And how do we motivate a lady Rotarian to overcome such glass ceilings and go forward to serve Rotary at a larger scale? More or less similar question, I think, because, but at the club level.
Well, a similar question, but a different answer, I think, that mentorship is something that we need to be more mindful about, more intentional about how we look at our own club members and nurture them and foster leadership opportunities. And I think one of the ways that we need to authentically do this is that we need to make sure that in our clubs, the same people aren't doing the same tasks over and over again, that we look to other members who perhaps need to be fostered with some leadership growth opportunity, and to tap them to say, whether it's a man or a woman, to say, you know, we see in you the ability to lead our next effort or to lead a new initiative, and to give them the wings to fly to be able to do something like that. I think it's incumbent upon us to look for the best and the brightest in our communities and then provide them with opportunities to make sure that we're not doing things the way that they've always been done just because it's the way that it's always been, that we're looking for fresh ideas or even the existing ideas, but allowing new leadership to blossom and to grow. And so I think it is incumbent upon us to look for, as I say, both men and women in our clubs that we believe are the best and the brightest. And by giving them air, by raising them up, that's going to be the way that we build new leaders in our organization, and that we support the existing leaders in our organization. And through that mentorship, if you have been someone in our organization for a number of years, it is your job. It is incumbent upon us to be able to look around and raise up new leaders. And as we do that, I think that we will see growth in the areas that we've talked about.
Another question from PDG Rajkumar from 3201. He says, do you think e-clubs will have a bigger role going forward? And what about our ANITs? I think he means daughters of Rotarians, our greatest resource to be tapped for membership. But e-clubs.
I do believe that e-clubs will thrive and survive and grow in the years to come. I think that being on this call is proof positive of that the assembly of people from different nations, from across different parts of our own countries, to be able to get together and share ideas, the hallmark of what we do. I don't see these going away. I think that one of the I guess sort of things that has come out of the pandemic is that in terms of technology and this kind of connectivity, it has moved us ahead probably 5 to 10 years from where we would have been, because we have been forced to be able to go onto platforms like this, to take ourselves out of our comfort zone, to learn new technology platforms and to perfect them, to get better, to have a virtual stage like we just saw. How incredible is that, to be able to have it look like we're attending a real conference with a real stage and a real studio.
Right.
These are things that are just going to continue to get better and to get better. And that experience, because it is professional, because it is something that provides value to us, and that's at the end of the day, that's what we want out of our experience. We want value, something that means something to us, that helps either alter the way we look at things, support the way we look at things, to help us look at parts of our world that perhaps we never looked at before. So yes, I do think that e-clubs are going to continue well into the future. I think we're going to see many more of them. And I think probably the biggest thing and the biggest part of discussion is how do we have e-club experience yet still connect from a social perspective, but also from a service perspective. And I saw a wonderful example of this just after the holidays, a new e-club based out of California, but with members all across the world. They had a virtual cleanup day, and they all posted pictures in every part of the world that they were in, picking up garbage and putting it into bags. And it was literally the entire world that their club represented doing a service project. Even though that they were individual or with one or two friends, they were able to make a big difference. And so finding those ways for us to connect through service is going to be something that I think is going to be a conversation that we need to have. But I do believe that it is something that is going to be a part of our life for a long time.
Past President Wanda from Bali is asking, can a 17-year-old girl become a Rotarian? I believe her daughter has been harping her about good Rotary work, and helping her with good Rotary work, and she wants to be a Rotarian when she's 17. Is that possible?
Well, you know what, I'm going to make a confession. I know that I've installed or inducted a member at the age of 19. And some might say that as an organization of business and community leaders, that the definition of that would be primarily sometimes through our vocation. But leadership, I believe, is also by mindset. And the young woman that I remember more than a decade ago inducting into Rotary, she was 19 and she desperately wanted to be a member of Rotary, and her family was not a member of Rotary, but she wanted to be a member. And within, I think it was a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, she was the one who was bringing her best friend's father in to be a member. She invited him into service. And I remember returning to that club to install her best friend's father. And I wish I actually knew the rest of that story if she had stayed in Rotary. But I suspect she probably has, because it was something that she wanted in her heart. She wanted service. She wanted to be able to connect. We have many opportunities. So for a 17-year-old, the opportunities for Rotaract obviously are directly in front of them. But if there's not a Rotaract club, I certainly would not poo-poo. I would welcome a 17-year-old that wanted to do service if there weren't other opportunities for them.
Okay, so that says it. If there is a Rotaract club where she can serve, then she could be a Rotaractor, or if there isn't, then she could go back and be
she has options. She has options, yes.
She has options, right. There's one very long question. We have a Rotaract, Interact, Inner Wheel. We have all these clubs operating separately, and in course of time, these members are absorbed into the Rotary fold in 3232. There's a concept of Annex Club, primarily are Rotarians' children, etc., who are encouraged to conduct activities similar to Rotary activities. The idea being grooming future Rotarians. I don't think this is a question. This is more there's one very interesting question from past President Rotarian Navneet Banerjee from my district. He's asking, how do we increase membership in a 9-member club whose average age is 70?
That is a very good question, and it's a question that that many clubs are asking themselves at this very same time. And so, a smaller club with an average age that is in the 70s. How do you do that? Well, I think one of the things that you need to do is have an honest dialogue with yourself about what does your club want to do and what does it look like. And many of the reasons why people join, as I mentioned, that research say is for friendship and fellowship, which clearly it looks like that is something that that those 9 members still share together. But service, what kind of service is going on? What kind of active service? I am a big proponent of not necessarily looking at age for the barometer of relevance or youth in our organization, because I believe quite candidly that we need to be looking for young thinkers. And as you define young thinkers, how many of you, and you maybe heard me say this before, how many of you have met a 25-year-old who's old? And how many of you have met an 86-year-old who's young? So age is not the factor there. We need people in our organization who are young thinkers. And so to that group, I would say, make sure that you're providing hands-on service opportunities, but also inviting someone who you think might want to experience service. And if it's something that is active and provides them with value, then it will be something that is meaningful. But if you're just meeting and assembling to have a meal and to have a cup of coffee and then move on with your day, that might not be the offering that some others are looking for. So I think for clubs that are struggling like that, they need to do an honest assessment of what it is that they're providing. If they're just a coffee club, then that perhaps is not going to survive in the long term. It's not a sustainable proposition, right? So I think looking for opportunities to bring people in, to invite them in, providing them with service and with fellowship opportunities in a very meaningful way is a way forward for clubs like that. But let's be honest, there are clubs like that that will not survive. And that means that we have opportunities to start new clubs in those areas. And, perhaps in clubs like that, it's also because personalities are such that it makes it unattractive to join. If that's the case, starting a new club is a very viable proposition.
We have time for one more question, please.
Only? Okay, then I'm going to ask the question that has been repeated by many people. And this question is that you have spoken about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about your idea of this? Because this is probably going to be very important in your year.
Yes. Thank you for the question. In fact, it is going to be a priority for me. Talking about diversity and equity and inclusion in an authentic voice, making sure that we recognize that this is something that means perhaps something different to each of us, depending on what part of the world we're in. We all face challenges with diversity, equity, and inclusion, whether that be gender, whether that be age, whether it be race, religion, culture, sexual orientation. There are a number of ways that diversity, equity, and inclusion can be viewed, a different lens perhaps, depending on where you are in the world. And so I know I will be challenging Rotarians to have some of these maybe difficult conversations, to take a survey of our communities, to make sure that we are a true reflection of what our community represents, the best and the brightest. And so for some parts of our world, that dialogue, the most important part of that dialogue, it might be about age. In other parts of our world, that part of the conversation, the most important part might be about gender. Some parts of the world, it might be about age, gender, and culture. So the dialogue is perhaps a little bit different depending on where you are, but the end result being the same, that we look at making sure that we are a reflection of what our communities are, and making sure that we have balance that represents that, because it is the diverse perspective that each of us brings to our organization, to our clubs, that permits us, that allows us, that enables us to solve the world's most pressing challenges. It's because we all bring a different and unique perspective to how we solve these problems. If we all looked at it through the same lens, we would only solve problems in one way. But because we come at it from different angles, we are able to challenge each other to be our very best. And that's why, as Rotarians, that's why we do what we do. It's the diverse perspective that allows us to be so brilliant and to shine so brightly and to provide so much hope for people around the world at a time when we need it. So I know that was our last question, but thank you, Shamashri, for moderating that.
Thank you so much. It was a very interesting evening moderating this for you. And I thank the organizers for allowing me.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful interactive session. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I had to budge in because we're really woefully short of time. But that was Jennifer Jones, straight from the heart. And in Hindi, we have a terminology called Dil Se. So I think it would not be inappropriate if I say that was Jennifer Jones, Dil Se. Thank you very much. That was great. Let us have a visible round of applause for this great Rotary leader. Well, a bouquet of gratitude to both the keynote speaker as well as the moderator. For the closing remarks on this particular session, may I now request Past District Governor from Switzerland, Urs Herzog, RI District 1980. Rotarian Herzog is the Polio Plus chairman for Switzerland and 2 other European countries. He's also the chairman of Rotary Foundation's Health Major Gifts Initiative. Over to you, Rotarian Urs Herzog.
Hello, thank you for giving me the word. Dear Rotary President Nominee Jevna Jones, dear President Sharad Menon, dear friend Sunil Zakaria, thank you for this extraordinary invitation to serve Rotary. All of you, 11 countries, 12 districts, and 13 Rotary clubs convinced us to create a Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance in Europe. I started yesterday night. We have already 144 members. I think, and Jennifer Jones agreed, Synergy is the future of Rotary. Sharing experiences, Rotarians have a global prospect, have a passport going everywhere. Motivating friends become Rotarian friendship and an international collaboration is well possible with this alliance new created. You mentioned, Jennifer, you mentioned mental health. We often, as a medical doctor, we too often forget about this mental health. And after this time with COVID-19, we have to deal with strongly as we learned what it means to be alone. COVID-19 learned us a lot. We have to live together. We have to take the responsibility for elders or for younger people. We have to convince Rotaractors to help older people. We were lucky, my wife and myself were lucky that we have Rotarians as neighbors. They are much younger than we, but during the time of the complete lockdown, they were here for us. We didn't have any problems in doing our daily work. Rotaract is a movement and is part of our future. I'm really convinced. You have spoken about women. Don't forget that more than 70% of all the health workers around the world helping us to eradicate polio are women. The role of the women is never put in question. The digital world is a new world, it's a new career, and we have to follow what we learned during the lockdown in the last year. And I'm quite optimistic that we will overcome these problems, but we learned a lot thanks to COVID-19. It has not only bad sides, this COVID-19. We learned a lot and we have to behave us like in a lockdown, but I'm looking forward to embrace everybody I know. And I know that you will probably join us during our institute in Basel in November 22. And then I'd like to embrace you because you're a great president. I'm looking forward to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Urs Herzog, for your very inspiring words and, of course, a very appropriate summary. Marking the continuity of such an alliance and a smooth transition from one meeting to another, we have the invitation for the next meeting in Philippines coming up next. I hand over the stage to Rotarian Torres Villanueva, who will welcome us to Philippines, and this will be followed by a short video clip as well. Over to you, Rotarian Villanueva.
Good evening. My warmest greetings from the Philippines and my club, the Rotary Club of Baguio Summer Capital. My country is an archipelago that has 7,107 islands, and our city is surrounded by mountains that is 1,400 meters above sea level. We are deeply honored to be part of this alliance, which was made possible through the very active past district governor, Sunil Sakaria, and our club member, our brother in service, past district governor, Oyan Villanueva. With our hosting, the alliance gave us the opportunity to contribute to this young but vibrant movement of sharing and understanding. On the 14th of February, it is by faith that we shall be celebrating Valentine's Day together. During our date, we shall be joined by Rotary International Trustee Sang Kuyun, Rotary International Director-elect Mahes Katbagi, District Governor-elect of Malaysia, Bindi Rajasigaran, our District Governor from Philippines, Jesus Sama. Our special guest for that evening will be no less than the Rotary International President-elect, Shekhar Mehta. Let me share with you a beautiful Filipino word this evening. The word is mabuhay. Mabuhay means to live and be alive. It is to give hope. Mabuhay is to be the light in the darkness. With the global pandemic we are in, we would like you to experience mabuhay on our next meeting this February. Truly, the Alliance has enabled us to go beyond our borders and shows us, through virtually our international character of being dedicated men and women, exposing service above self. Mabuhay. Thank you. See you on February 14, 2021.
Could we have the video, please?
Okay.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Villanueva. We are all excited to be joining you on the 14th of February. Thank you very much. Well, a total of more than 350 guests had logged into our Zoom platform, and we have many more on YouTube link as well as the Facebook. To acknowledge these guests, may I now request the man himself, Past District Governor Sunil K. Zakaria, for the acknowledgement.
It has been a great honor for the Synergy Alliance that we have guests from all over the world. We will be failing in our duty if we do not acknowledge at least the RI general officers and RI officers. We are fortunate that past RI directors, Gilla, Rafi Gracia, Suffolk, Alpe, District Governors Eric Chak, Jess Sama, Tony Parungavo, Riaz, Jose Chaco, District Governor-elect Maddie Weber, Dolly Yap, Bindi Rajshekar, Art Q, Cindy Bachia, Joanne, Lina, Aruni, Ruhila, Rion, Norna, Atura. District Governor nominees, Arthur, Dr. Krishna Kumar, Rajashekar Reddy, Gracia, Rahila, Leonardi, Lauren Zama, Joanne Khan. From the Rotary South Asia Office, Ajay Goel. From Rotary News Trust, Rashida Bhagat. And past governors, Darius Marshall, Marianne, Walter Ebener, M.A. Rahman, Bing Gracia, Neil Macbeth, Raj Kumar, Aval, Keshav Kumar, Krish Rajendran, K.C. Philip, Binod Kaitan, Devendra Shastri, Edmund McAlebus, Nelson, Oyan, Shabax, Tony Sharma, Alton, Attau Rahman, Bing, Rajendra Rai, Krishna, Ada Chang, Tris, Walter Ebener, and K.V. Rajendran. Sincere apologies if we have left out anybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. The list was quite exhaustive, and I hope you've covered up everyone. As we creep towards the end of yet another eventful and wonderful meeting of this alliance, it is only customary to place and record our vote of thanks. And it is over to the Assistant Governor to the host club, Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour, Rotarian Blaise K. Jose, for the vote of thanks. Over to you, Blaise.
Good evening, RI President Nominee Jennifer Johns, the Chief Guest and Keynote Speaker of the evening, District Governor Jose Chaco, and the galaxy of PDGs and Rotary leaders across the globe, and my dear friends in Rotary. Friendships are born in a million different ways, but the friendship in Rotary is so unique because we all good friends in Rotary strive to achieve the same goal. The goal of our service, the goal of our commitment to improve our friendship and compassion. And I believe it's truly the magic of Rotary. It's indeed a great pleasure that we got this rare opportunity to join our hands together in the Rotary voyage. I'm really grateful to RI President Nominee Jennifer Johns for sparing her very valuable time for this Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance. We acknowledge our sincere gratitude. Madam, we are truly inspired by your great words, and we wish to see you soon as possible in Cochin. I must mention our deep sense of gratitude to our own District Governor, Rotarian Jose Chaco, for his guidance, support, and valuable opening remarks. I also wish to express my sincere gratitude to PDG Dr. Uz Hezok for his wonderful remarks, and PDG Shamshri Sen for moderating the question and answer session. Further, we are grateful to District Governor-elect Bobdu D'Souza for introducing the keynote speaker. Well, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to have PDG Sunil K. Sakri as our mentor and pillar of this synergy, and I cannot thank enough for his involvement and willingness to take on this completion of tasks beyond his comfort zones. I also extend my sincere thanks to enormous cooperation from our partner clubs from 11 countries, that is from Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and India in organizing this event. Above all, I thank all the galaxy of Rotary leaders, Rotarians, Rotractors, and ants across the globe who have participated in this webinar and made it a grand success. Thank you once again for one and all. Thank you and good night.
Thank you very much, Blaise. Now, over to the president of the host club, Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour, Rotarian Sharath Menon, for closing this meeting, adjourning this meeting.
Thank you, Dr. GN. I would like to thank past District Governor, Rotarian Sunil K. Zakaria, for forming this alliance and giving us this opportunity to conduct a meeting with international Rotary clubs and audiences. I would also like to express our sincere gratitude to Rotarian Dr. G.N. Ramesh for consenting to anchor this meeting, which, of course, he has done effortlessly, as is his usual style. I would like to thank Green Media for their technical support for conducting this meeting. Then I would also, on a personal level, like to thank all the club members from the Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour, especially Rotarian Rajiv Jaipal, Secretary Rotarian Tony Manuel, Rotarian Avin Leo, Rotarian Shankaranguti, and others who have put in the precious time and effort in preparing and coordinating everything for this meeting. The last but not the least, I would like to thank all the partner clubs of the Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance for participation, especially Rotarian Yasmin Yusuf from the Rotary Club of Melavati, Malaysia, and Rotarian Adil Rafiq from the Rotary Club of Ampara, Sri Lanka, for the timely and critical assistance to us. Thanks again to the Rotary International President Nominee, Jennifer Jones, for consenting to be the keynote speaker this evening, and to all the distinguished dignitaries who have attended this meeting. And thanks again on behalf of our club to everybody, and wish all of you a wonderful year ahead. This multi-club speaker meeting of the Synergy Rotary Friendship Alliance, hosted by the Rotary Club of Cochin Harbour, is hereby adjourned.
Well, we come to the end of this, yet another edition of the meeting of this alliance. And I would call it the 11, 12, 13 alliance, because we did understand the significance of the numbers 11, 12, and 13. Well, thank you very much. This is Dr. G.N. Ramesh signing off. But before signing off, let me say, let me hope that with the vaccination against COVID round the corner, let us hope that we are looking at better days. Let us hope that we're looking at a better world, a more happening world where we would be able to meet physically at some time or the other this year. With these wishes in mind, from me to you, a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Have a wonderful day, and we meet once again on the 14th of February in the Philippines. Good night to you all.
Hi. Nasa na lahat.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, good evening, bro. Can you see my
See
screen?
you February. Mabuhay. See you in February 14.
Yeah, see you in the Philippines.
Mabuhay.